Don't mind the background game, um, because basically a lot has changed over the last 2 years, and I really haven't given you guys any insight on my mindset or like why things have changed or what was I trying to do. So that's what this video is about. And I guess you could call it a channel update because I've never really done these videos before because I've never really been good at them. And 90% of the time I just do the channel, change the channel direction, and I don't really mention why or, let you guys know ahead of time that the channel is changing direction. So that's what, again, this video is all about. So yeah, let's get into it. The fact of the matter is, 2 years ago, I tried to rebrand away from Wrestling Express on YouTube because, for lack of a better word, I had the expectation that the only way I could play other content was, the only way to play other content was not being Wrestling Express. And I basically rebranded to Novum Primadorum. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what that translates to from Latin, but that was also at a time where I was pretty wrapped up with the Uncharted series or the Uncharted franchise, and I was very fascinated with the Latin language and was trying to rebrand to more of that approach. I even brought in motivational speaking videos where it wasn't me speaking, it was more I would take a motivational quote and put it towards the video where I would ask you guys what your thoughts were on it, and the video did better on TikTok when I took it from YouTube and put it to TikTok. So maybe I should take maybe I could do those videos again, but do them on TikTok instead of YouTube. But because, in lack of a better word, they're probably more TikTok type videos or Facebook Reels or whatever the case is. But my point is that it was a random switch and it pretty much only lasted for maybe a month. And then I rebranded again. And nothing came of the second rebrand to where I eventually just went back to Wrestling Express. I think probably. Actually, I remember when I went back to Wrestling Express. When I went back to Wrestling Express is when I started streaming. So I would say the first rebrand lasted until the early summer. The second rebrand was throughout the summer, and then the third rebrand back to the original name was in the fall, which I never updated you guys about me streaming because I didn't know I was going to start streaming until I decided to just randomly start streaming, and I hadn't looked back since then. But my point is that streaming was something that I thought about doing 7 years ago and never really thought about doing after the fact. Like after 7 years, I never really thought about doing it. And it never really entered my head until September 2020. And the fact of the matter is, I was very. How do you put it? I was very focused on. Like, there was a time when I was very focused on content creation and taking Wrestling Express in a different direction and doing what I could to do things for the brand to make it stick out and be different. And I, well, it was it was one of those cases like it was a passing remark of, well, if you thought about it, why not do it? So I did it. And then streaming became primary and YouTube became secondary, pretty much from that. And it was just one of those cases of YouTube never really moving back to the forefront until about a month ago, or maybe August or September of this year. And for lack of a better word, I never really pictured coming back to YouTube because I did go through phases. I did go through phases of interest, but for the better part of the last 2 years, I pretty much lost all my interest. For the better part of the last 2 years, I lost all interest. And I never really regained it because once I stopped playing TW, once I stopped doing the deep dive documentaries on, different companies and, stuff like that, or different bookers rather, which you guys seem to enjoy, but, the main reason why I stopped doing that is because my computer died. My computer died, and that's the reason why I stopped doing it. And I never really got the opportunity to get back into it. So it just went away. But randomly just starting to post, I believe the first thing I posted was a WWE 2K match. And since then, I posted random stuff here and there and every which way. And it seems to, like, you guys have seemed to be enjoying me going in a different direction. The one thing I never realized with YouTube is that not only do you have to be consistent with uploading, but you also have to have a direction, like a game that you center focus on to allow your audience to know the type of channel you are. Whether it is FPS, whether it is, story-based games, whether it is sports-based games, whatever it is, you have to let your audience know the type of channel you are. And I never really, I did for a time, it was TEW, but outside of TEW, I never really had an audience, I never really kept it consistent. There are a lot of things I'm guilty of, and, mainly what I'm guilty of is not staying consistent. What I'm guilty of is not staying motivated. And I know a lot of people are, I know a lot of people are guilty of that. Having a tough time staying motivated, especially after the last 2 years. Oh, son of a... Especially after the last 2 years and how COVID has, played a part in how COVID has played a part in our lives. And it's really been hard. I'm going to try and avoid talking for a long period of time, but the one thing that I am guilty of also is jumping into things and not really having not really knowing anything about them. Zero. I knew nothing about streaming when I first started streaming 2 years ago. Absolutely nothing. I learned everything as I went, and I winged it to the nth degree. And I knew nothing about YouTube. I knew nothing about YouTube. Absolutely nothing about YouTube. And I winged it till the nth degree. Or to the nth degree. And honestly, that probably showed it. Would I have benefited from reading books about YouTube and setting up a YouTube channel? Yeah, pretty much. Especially when I rebranded. Would I have benefited from that? Yeah, I do agree with that. I would have benefited from that. Would I benefit from reading something about that now? to a point, but it's also the fact that I to a point believe that videos and books of that ilk tell you how it worked for them. That you are capable of finding your own way. It's just putting in the work and putting in the effort and taking what they say, but putting it to work for you. Not completely following what they said works 100 times over because it worked for them. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. Because it's not supposed to. You know, it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to work for them. It's supposed to work for you. So you take what works for them and you put your twist on it. You put your, your shift on it. And that's what you're supposed to do. But that's not something I knew. So, for lack of a better word, I can say to avoid talking for a lot of, to avoid talking for a while, what I would say is WWE is going to be the focus. WWE is going to be the focus of the stream. I mean, for the channel. I am going to stream sometimes on YouTube, here and there. I'm going to try and make it a weekly thing where I stream on YouTube and stream on Twitch. But as far as regular content creation, we do have a steady direction now. And that's something I can't say we've had, honestly, for the better part of the last 7 years, where we do have a steady direction because I've struggled to stay motivated. I've struggled to stay consistent. And right now, I'm not. I'm actually motivated. I'm actually consistent. I'm actually sticking to a set way of doing things. And for the lack of a better word, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird doing a video like this where I'm just talking directly to you about what I want to do on this channel. But I also want to say thank you because you guys have been responding to my change in direction and actually me using the games that I have on my computer and making content. You guys have been responding. I appreciate that. We have, for lack of a better word, we've gained nearly 20 subs in the last 2 months. And honestly, that's insane. We've gained, I remember when, over the summer, when we were at 245 or 243 or whatever it was, and I was talking about getting to 250 and going on a push to get to 250. Now we're well over that, and it's insane. It's insane. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. But WWE and wrestling as a whole will be the focus and the center focus of this channel. And, other outlying content will be popping up here and there. But I just wanted to give you guys the insight in that and just say thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for positively interacting with this content and showing me what content you guys want. So I thoroughly appreciate that. I thoroughly appreciate that, and I'm here to say thank you. And I will keep on keeping on because you guys are keeping me motivated. And I got a lot of plans for special surprises and promotion and hype for the future. And it's all thanks to you guys. So I just want to say thank you for that. And there's a lot of other projects and other things I'm working on for the future. And I hope you guys are gonna, be a part of it and want to be a part of it. Because it's not as fun if you guys ain't here. So again, thank you for showing the support and helping me grow a lot more over the last 6 months than I probably gained, grown in the last 2 years. And not just professionally, but personally as well, because I am actually more motivated. Probably the most motivated I've been to make content that I've been in probably the last 7 years. Because it's not that I'm just making content for the sake of making content, it's that I want to make content that I would actually enjoy and that I'm actually enjoying. So I thank you for that. And I hope you guys stick around for the ride because 2022 is not over yet. and I will see you guys soon for more videos. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, YouTube shorts, WWE videos, TEW's coming back. A whole lot of stuff is planned for the end of the year, and I appreciate you guys for sticking around and showing the support. Thank you for being here. So that's all I got to say. Before you go out the door, don't forget to ding on that bell, and I will see you guys soon.